Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's American dream is apparently officially over. Yes, oh yes, the couple are seemingly wanting to come back to the royal family on bended knee and reforge ties in the UK as their deals with Netflix, Spotify, and a variety of other companies.
Breaking today, Invictus Games organizers delighted that one Meghan Markle didn't show up for the big one-year countdown in Birmingham.
The Daily Mail wants $75 million and could well bankrupt Prince Harry following his disastrous legal action against the newspaper.
Many people do not believe that the children exist, but the children do exist. I've said it all along.
I found this reporting absolutely fascinating because I thought that you would want a little bit more stardust than Prince Harry and his weird PDA with Alison Hammond, but no. There is a real desire within the Invictus Games to move the sideshow away from it becoming the Markle Games.
The cracks are no longer hiding behind polished headlines. They're out in the open for everyone to see. Meghan is reportedly shut out of Invictus. Harry is suddenly surrounded by fresh rumors after being spotted spending time with another woman. A staggering $67 million legal bill is now hanging over him, raising serious questions about what comes next. At the same time, Hollywood insiders are openly mocking Meghan's Emmy nomination, while reports keep swirling that the couple may be looking toward the royal family once again. One setback after another has landed almost all at once, and many critics argue these problems didn't appear overnight. They grew from a long series of choices that are now catching up with them. To understand why every new headline seems connected, you have to step back and look at the bigger picture.
Simple thing. Having a royal title does not make you particularly talented sometimes, especially in the case of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They've had a series of flops in their wake. Let's go ahead, get into the title. This came out late today. Harry never wanted to be estranged, but he was madly in love. Now the veil is lifting. So in the Bible, it does say the heart is deceitful above all things. So sometimes it's better to lead with your head than your heart, because your head can logic things through. So it says, inside plan to reverse Mexit as friends tell Alison Bishkoff about the communication between Harry and William and why the Sussexes' American dream is over. And there's definitely a feeling in his camp that he has started to feel a bit unwelcome in America. Well, who could have thunk it? And it's just, again, Harry and Meghan's hubris, their constant use of titles, their very aggrandizing existence. It's their hypocrisy that has really killed their brand in the United States.
This isn't just another celebrity controversy or another rough week in the news cycle. It's the story tying everything together. The American dream Harry and Meghan presented to the world after leaving royal life, the promise of freedom, endless opportunity, creative success, and total independence, now faces its toughest test yet. The image they worked so hard to build appears to be under pressure from every direction, and many observers believe the entire strategy is starting to unravel in full view. Let's start with the big picture, because this is the story that changes everything else. The American dream, the one Harry and Meghan sold to the world when they left the royal family, is dead. Not dying, dead. And the numbers are what many critics point to. Journalist Alison Boshoff just revealed something incredible. She said that 18 months ago, she spoke to a communications professional on Team Sussex who told her,
royal title does not mean Harry and Meghan are producers. It doesn't mean they're authors. It doesn't mean they're actors. It doesn't mean anything. A royal title doesn't magically imbue you with the talent you never ever had. And Meghan had no talent in the entertainment industry, which is why she was a middling player, if not C and D list her entire career, and why Harry couldn't make it either. So the couple, of course, are looking at absolute disaster here, and it feels very much deserved, because Harry and Meghan left the royal family with big egos on their shoulder. They thought they were the creme de la creme, that the entertainment industry would fall all over them to give them deals and monies. And yes, Harry and Meghan did achieve that. But when you have just nothing, a feeling that the American dream might not be all it's cracked up to be. Here's the truth. The American dream is 100% real, but Harry and Meghan aren't. They're contrived, they're artificial. To be honest about Harry and Meghan, They did live the dream. They got oodles of cash, but they did it the wrong way. They did it off trading family secrets rather than producing good content.
And I quote, that Harry was never coming back to the UK, that he loved his life in California, that he was there forever. And now, Boshoff says, that has completely changed quietly. While everyone was looking at other things, their eyes reportedly turned back to Europe and the UK. So what happened? Hollywood figured out something very simple. A royal title does not automatically make someone talented. It doesn't automatically make someone a producer. It doesn't automatically make someone a writer. It doesn't automatically make someone an entertainer. It may have helped open the door. Sure, it helped secure a massive Netflix deal, but when project after project struggles to connect with audiences, those opportunities become much harder to keep. And many believe that door closed fast. Netflix reportedly renegotiated their deal downward.
I'm told that this is coming from Meghan as well as him. I hear that Meghan is all for rekindling with and reconnecting with Harry's English side. She is fully behind it because they need the money. This is the surest sign, guys, that the money is dwindling and falling apart, that things are falling apart. This is the surest sign because Meghan would not be doing this if she was a massive success in Hollywood. I can almost 100% guarantee you that. Their dwindling star power and the end of their deals with Spotify and Netflix must surely play a part. Harry made this decision based on the stresses and the pressure that Meghan was putting on him. I'm going to take my own life, Prince Harry, and that of your unborn child. Oh my gosh, Harry, I'm going to end up just like your mother. Oh my gosh, I'm going to cry in the corner and pass out in your arms because things are so bad. She twisted him up so much to get her way. And what was always going to happen, because this is always what happens with people in this scenario.
They dropped Meghan's production company. They cancelled with Love, Meghan after 2 seasons. And the numbers? In the first half of 2026, her show ranked around 4,700 out of 8,000 titles on Netflix, with roughly 300,000 views. For a lifestyle show that's supposed to be evergreen content people return to again and again, many commentators describe those results as deeply disappointing. From the outside, it reportedly looks like every new opportunity has become an uphill battle for Meghan. According to people quoted in recent reports, she feels like she's constantly pushing, pitching, and trying to get fresh projects off the ground. Yet the momentum she once expected simply isn't there. Those same reports claim she increasingly feels like an outsider in Hollywood and believes the excitement that once surrounded her in America has faded. Meanwhile, Harry's own camp has reportedly suggested that he no longer feels truly welcome in the United States.
It could leave Harry penniless and facing ruin. Be clear, folks, the Daily Mail are angry and they are waging war on the Duke. Now, the Mail, led by their fearless and heroic boss, Paul Dacre, are pushing the judge to remove so-called spending caps so that Harry can effectively face an unlimited legal bill. You heard me right. Paul Dacre is leaning on the judge to make Harry face unlimited costs, which is wild. Now, in principle, the insurers were going to cover a small amount of any liabilities because when you take a legal action like this, you can employ insurers, you can pay them for some protection, but it's never going to be for the full amount. But it's now looking increasingly likely that they will offer Harry no support whatsoever. And I've got the inside story, which will shock you.
Just stop and think about how dramatic that shift sounds for a moment, because it is a remarkable change from where their story began. The couple who made one of the biggest public exits in modern royal history, who criticized the institution before a worldwide audience, and later released a memoir filled with deeply personal family disputes, now reportedly feels uncomfortable in the very country they chose as the center of their new life. Whether people agree with their decisions or not, many observers can't help noticing how dramatically the narrative has shifted over the last few years. The irony is almost impossible to ignore. But here's where the story takes another unexpected turn, because while all of this was unfolding, Meghan received an Emmy nomination, and instead of changing the conversation in her favor, it reportedly sparked an entirely new wave of criticism. You would naturally expect an Emmy nomination to be celebrated, It should have been positive news, a confidence boost, something supporters could point to and say, "See, we're still relevant." Instead, many entertainment commentators argued the nomination only raised even more questions. Hollywood insiders reportedly dismissed it as little more than a participation trophy. One source, quoted by Rob Shooter's newsletter, suggested that if the series had truly been Emmy-caliber television, Netflix would not have decided to cancel it in the first place. Another source argued that award shows often benefit from headline-making celebrities, claiming the Emmys are chasing buzz as much as excellence. According to that view, placing Meghan Markle on the red carpet guarantees worldwide media attention, and that publicity may matter just as much as discussions about the show's actual quality. Then, another detail quickly spread across social media, adding even more fuel to the debate. Commenters pointed out that daytime Emmy entries can be self-submitted by paying an application fee. That revelation immediately became a major talking point online. One of the most liked YouTube comments claimed Meghan nominated herself for $300 and then joked that no outside influence was needed. That remark reflected online speculation and opinion rather than verified fact, but it spread rapidly across discussion boards and comment sections. Now compare that with another royal headline that arrived around the same time. Prince William appeared on Eugene Levy's Apple TV series, The Reluctant Traveller. That production went on to receive 2 primetime Emmy nominations, not daytime but primetime. Supporters highlighted its strong reviews, established audience, and broad viewer engagement. There was no widespread debate surrounding the nomination itself, with much of the discussion focusing instead on the program's reception and production quality. For Meghan, many commentators argued the comparison was especially uncomfortable because, in their view, it wasn't simply about one television project versus another. They believed it highlighted the difference between the expectations surrounding the Sussex brand and the results audiences have actually seen over the past few years. Whether that assessment is fair remains open to debate, but the contrast certainly became part of the public conversation. But while Meghan continues trying to turn attention back toward a cancelled series and its Emmy nomination, Harry is reportedly facing something with far greater consequences, a financial situation that some commentators believe could become the biggest challenge the couple has encountered so far, potentially putting both of their futures under enormous pressure. If there's one headline that could reportedly cause Harry the most sleepless nights, many legal commentators believe it's this one. After years of courtroom battles, countless headlines, and an enormous investment of time and resources, his legal fight against the Daily Mail reached an outcome that few expected to be this one-sided. Instead of a mixed result or even a partial victory, the case concluded with an overwhelming setback that has now become one of the most talked about legal stories surrounding the Sussexes. For many observers, the ruling didn't just close a chapter. It may have opened an even bigger financial challenge that could linger for years. His years-long legal crusade against the Daily Mail ended with all 97 claims dismissed by Mr. Justice Nicklin. Not a handful of claims, not most of them, every single one. Legal analysts have noted that such a complete defeat is highly unusual, making the outcome stand out even among other high-profile media cases. And now, attention has shifted to something that could prove even more significant than the verdict itself: the legal bill. The Daily Mail's publisher, Associated Newspapers, led by Paul Dacre, is reportedly seeking what's known as an indemnity costs order. If granted, that could expose Harry to substantially higher legal costs than under a standard order. Reports have suggested the combined legal expenses for both sides exceed $67 million, an amount that has become central to the discussion surrounding the case. According to a source quoted in media reports, Associated Newspapers intends to pursue the matter aggressively. The source claimed the company has no intention of taking a lenient approach as the costs issue moves forward. Harry reportedly had, after the event, insurance through a company called Temple Legal, with reports suggesting coverage of around $19 million. But this is where many legal observers believe the situation becomes far more complicated. After the ruling, Harry released a statement describing the judgment as a complete and obvious whitewash. He also said the court's decision to clear the mail was shocking and completely unwarranted. According to one person said to be close to Harry, issuing that statement was, in their words, very stupid and very unnecessary. Why did that comment attract so much attention? Because the judge expected to decide whether spending protections should remain in place or whether significantly higher legal costs could be awarded, is the very same judge Harry publicly criticized after the ruling. Many legal professionals have long advised against publicly attacking a judge while related proceedings are still ongoing. Whether those remarks ultimately influence the outcome is impossible to know, but they quickly became another major point of debate among legal commentators following the judgment. Some legal experts have also suggested there could be additional complications involving Harry's insurance coverage. Reports have indicated that if the court were to make a punitive costs ruling based on litigation conduct, questions could potentially arise about the scope of that coverage. Those discussions have also referenced disputed issues raised during the proceedings concerning Harry's evidence about journalist Charlotte Griffiths, matters that became part of the wider legal arguments, but remain subject to differing interpretations by the parties involved. And then there's another reported twist that caught plenty of attention. Elton John, who is also a claimant in related litigation, was reportedly said to have made his position clear to Harry. According to those reports, the message was simple and direct. He is not a bank. The criticism didn't stop with legal analysts. It quickly spread into Britain's political and media establishment. Former Justice Secretary Alex Chalk publicly described Harry's comments about the judge as over-the-top, overly personal, and unacceptable. Then, another surprising voice joined the conversation. Guardian columnist Marina Hyde, writing for a newspaper that has often been viewed as more sympathetic toward the Sussexes than many others, argued that Harry should no longer be treated as a victim. She wrote that he is a wealthy man capable of paying for his own security. Those remarks added even more weight to an already difficult moment, especially with the next stage of the legal battle approaching fast and the financial stakes continuing to climb. The costs hearing is scheduled to begin on July 29th. If the ruling goes against Harry, reports suggest he could be ordered to make an interim payment of roughly $13 million within just 14 days. And that's where many commentators believe the real pressure begins. Reports have claimed that Harry's available cash reserves are nowhere near as strong as they once were. The Montecito property reportedly still carries an $8 million mortgage. Security expenses have been estimated at around $4 million every year. Staffing reportedly costs another $250,000 annually. Add ongoing living expenses, legal fees, and the demands of maintaining a high-profile lifestyle. And many observers argue that even significant past earnings can disappear far more quickly than people imagine. Money received over the years from Princess Diana's inheritance, the Queen Mother's trust, and the success of Spare has reportedly helped support that lifestyle. But according to critics following the story, those resources are being consumed at a pace that raises serious questions about how sustainable everything really is over the long term. Yet for some royal watchers, the financial pressure isn't even the most significant issue. They argue something even more consequential has happened inside Britain's establishment. The Times of London, widely regarded as one of the United Kingdom's leading newspapers of record, published an editorial arguing that Harry should be stripped of his role as a Counsellor of State. That point matters because this wasn't coming from a tabloid headline or a YouTube commentator looking for clicks. It came from one of Britain's most influential newspapers, making the editorial impossible for many royal observers to ignore. The newspaper argued that Harry had shown little appreciation for the seriousness of his public statements and actions. It also criticised his decision to question the integrity of a British judge, saying those remarks reflected on a legal system that ultimately operates under the authority of his own father, King Charles. The editorial further suggested that Harry continues to generate royal controversy while simultaneously saying he wants to leave that drama behind. Then came the passage that many people viewed as the most significant of all. The editorial quoted the late Queen Elizabeth II's famous position that no halfway roll is possible. Building on that principle, it argued that Parliament should consider additional legislation regarding Harry's constitutional position as Chancellor of State. Whether or not such proposals ever become reality is another question entirely. But many royal commentators believe the fact that this discussion appeared in the Times demonstrates just how dramatically the conversation around Harry has shifted. When voices within Britain's establishment begin raising constitutional questions, some observers see that as a sign that confidence has weakened far beyond the usual cycle of royal headlines. So, according to this interpretation, Hollywood opportunities have reportedly slowed. Financial pressures continue to grow. The legal battle has become more expensive. Critics within Britain's political, legal, and media circles have become increasingly outspoken. That naturally leads to the next question: what options remain? Recent reports have suggested Harry and Meghan are exploring ways to spend more time connected to the United Kingdom in the future. Their property in Portugal, reportedly located on a private estate near Princess Eugenie's home, has been described by some reports as a possible stepping stone that could make future visits to Britain easier. Reports have also claimed Harry has increasingly felt unwelcome in the United States, while Meghan is said to support reconnecting with Harry's English roots. Commentators have offered different explanations for why that may be happening. Some believe it reflects family considerations, while others argue financial realities could also be playing a role. Think about how remarkable that possibility would seem, considering everything that has happened over the past several years. Meghan Markle publicly shared painful experiences during the Oprah interview, including allegations of racism within the institution and deeply personal accounts of her struggles. She also spoke about not wanting to return to Britain under those circumstances. Now, reports suggest the possibility of spending more time connected to the UK is once again being discussed. Critics argue that changing financial and professional circumstances may be influencing that shift, although neither Harry nor Meghan has publicly confirmed that money is the reason behind any future plans. Away from the headlines and television cameras, one reported meeting may have revealed more about the Sussex story than months of public statements ever could. According to multiple reports, Harry's meeting with King Charles at Highgrove happened under extremely strict conditions. There would be no cameras following every step, no media briefings afterward, and no social media posts turning the occasion into another public relations moment. It was reportedly intended to remain completely private from beginning to end. Reports say Harry accepted those terms without hesitation, suggesting that simply getting through the door mattered more than controlling the headlines. The meeting reportedly lasted 47 minutes, and during that visit, the children were said to have met their grandfather for the first time in years. Yet almost as soon as the meeting ended, reports claimed Harry's team was already looking toward what could come next. According to those same reports, Harry now hopes to stay at a royal palace during a future visit. He also reportedly wants to attend all 10 days of the Invictus Games in Birmingham this September. Beyond that, reports suggest he hopes Meghan and the children can join him as well. Critics argue that, taken together, those ideas resemble a version of the half-in, half-out arrangement that Queen Elizabeth II made clear would not be possible when the couple stepped back from royal duties. Some royal commentators believe King Charles may be willing to show flexibility as a father if it helps maintain family ties. Others argue that public opinion in both Britain and the United States remains far more skeptical. Online reactions quickly reflected that divide, with many highly liked comments questioning the Sussexes' motives. Some commenters wrote, "They want Daddy's wallet." Others posted, "The American dream requires hard work." Another popular remark read, "I thought the royal family was racist and Harry was trapped. I smell BS." Those comments represent public opinion shared online, but they demonstrate just how divided the conversation has become. Even if Charles chooses to leave the door open, many royal observers believe another obstacle remains: Charles may be the father, but William is widely seen as the future of the monarchy, and numerous reports suggest his position has become increasingly firm. Several outlets have claimed William does not even want discussions about Harry brought up around him anymore. According to those reports, he has privately told close friends that he simply has no interest in revisiting the situation and considers that chapter of his life closed. Yet Harry continues to reference his brother in public settings. During a visit to a children's hospital in Birmingham, one young patient reportedly mentioned supporting Aston Villa. Harry immediately responded, "My brother supports Aston Villa." He then spoke about the club's Europa League success, something Prince William had publicly celebrated himself. By itself, it was only a brief exchange. But many commentators viewed the moment as revealing. They argued it suggested Harry still reaches for shared connections with William, while reports continue to indicate William has chosen to move forward in a different direction. Whether that interpretation is fair is open to debate, but it became another widely discussed moment following Harry's visit. Even people described as sympathetic to Harry have reportedly acknowledged the difficult reality facing him. One Sussex source was quoted as saying, "Everyone knows their future is not in his dad's hands. It's in his brother's, and William is not interested." If that assessment reflects the situation accurately, it paints a challenging picture for any hopes of repairing family relationships in the near future. Many commentators point to the events of recent years when explaining why relations may remain strained. Harry's memoir included highly personal accounts involving members of his family. The Netflix documentary series brought further criticism of the institution. Public disagreements involving Catherine were revisited repeatedly in interviews and media coverage. Private family matters became global headlines, and tensions continued to grow during a period when Catherine herself was undergoing cancer treatment. Whether those events can ever be fully put behind them remains uncertain. Words spoken publicly can sometimes fade with time, but for many families, especially when trust has been damaged, the memories they leave behind can last much longer than anyone ever expects. But when you write it down in a best-selling book and repeat it in a global documentary, those words don't just disappear. The person you wrote about can go back and read them over and over again. Harry didn't just burn the bridge, he published the blueprint showing exactly how it happened. And now, he reportedly wants back in. The public isn't buying it. And William reportedly isn't interested either. But while Harry appears to be trying to reconnect with the UK, another problem is unfolding around the one project many considered his greatest legacy. Invictus is now facing growing controversy. When Harry attended the Invictus one-year countdown event in Birmingham, Meghan was nowhere to be seen. She had reportedly been expected to attend, but pulled out just days beforehand. According to one insider, organizers were relieved. One source said, "When Harry comes alone, the focus stays exactly where it should be, on the veterans. Everyone could relax and let the event shine." Another claimed Meghan's appearances usually require additional security planning, tighter schedules, and constant last-minute adjustments. But reports went further than that. According to Lady Colin Campbell, Invictus organizers did not want Meghan attending at all. She claimed organizers were unhappy with Harry's recent public behavior, including comments made during a podcast that attracted criticism. At the same time, an online petition calling for Harry to step away from the Invictus Games has reportedly passed 2,600 signatures. The petition argues that too much attention has shifted toward Harry himself. Instead of the wounded veterans, the Games were created to support. Financial questions have also become part of the discussion. Reports and online critics have pointed to concerns surrounding approximately $26 million connected to the Vancouver Invictus Games, leading some to call for an independent audit. Those claims remain disputed. The petition, the criticism, the financial questions, and the negative headlines have all placed fresh pressure on what was once considered Harry's strongest achievement. Invictus was supposed to be his untouchable legacy. Now critics argue it has become another growing liability. Then came another headline that quickly dominated social media. Lady Colin Campbell claimed Harry has become close to another woman around his own age and that they reportedly have strong feelings for one another. These claims have not been independently verified, but they spread rapidly online. According to those reports, Meghan allegedly discovered text messages on Harry's phone. The reports further claimed she reacted with anger rather than sadness. Those accounts remain unverified, but they fueled intense speculation about the state of the marriage. Sources also claim Meghan has no intention of walking away because Harry's royal connection remains central to their public brand. According to those reports, leaving the marriage would mean giving up the royal titles, access and influence tied to that identity. The same reports allege the woman lives in or near Montecito and that people have claimed to see them together, although no photographs have surfaced. The bigger question many commentators are now asking is whether the balance inside the relationship has changed. If Harry is truly pulling away, some believe the dynamic could begin shifting. So where does that leave everything? Hollywood opportunities have reportedly slowed. The money is under pressure. The legal bills continue growing. Questions surround Invictus. William reportedly wants no reconciliation. And now fresh rumors have added another layer of uncertainty to an already difficult situation. They built their public image around conflict, privacy, and constant headlines, and many critics believe each of those pillars is now being tested at the same time. The costs hearing begins July 29th, and the Invictus Games arrive in September. Whether these reports prove meaningful or not, the next few months could shape the future of Harry and Meghan more than anything we've seen in years. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.